Hey, what is up, everybody? It is Wick here. Going to show you some of the stuff I'm selling on eBay and making some good profit on. All these items are great to look for out in the wild. Find them at garage sales, thrift stores, places like that. Boy, this candle behind me is getting a little crazy. I'm going to have to trim the wick. I'm looking at this webcam footage and looks like I'm about to catch on fire. But if you do enjoy these types of videos, please hit that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure you're subscribed. I'll keep making them. Keep in mind, these are sales from the past couple weeks. There's a lot of people that seem confused on why I'm not shipping this stuff out. When I sell an item, I record a clip and talk about it, and then I put those clips together. So I ship all my items within 24 hours. I'm not waiting 2 weeks to ship all these. It's pretty easy to understand. I don't know why people think that, but I get a lot of comments about it, so I'll just address that now. But let's jump into it. This one is a nice flip. I got this Stampede Traxxas RC truck at a garage sale. I only paid $10 for it. The only thing wrong with it was it needed a new battery. Works great. Sold it for $170 plus shipping, and it took about 3 weeks to sell. Here's a vintage time and date flip clock. At least the date part is a flip part. Got this at a garage sale for $5. Unfortunately, it has a little bit of damage on the corner. I had it on eBay for $70, and somebody sent a message and said since the damage was there, would I take $50? It's been listed for a couple weeks, so I decided, well, why not? If it didn't have the damage, I would have put it on there for $100 and I would have let it sit until it sold. But $50 for only paying $5, I'll take it. Here is a phenomenal flip. This Texas Hold'em Christmas inflatable. Santa playing Texas Hold'em with the reindeer, a rare inflatable. Earlier this year, I picked up 3 inflatables at a Goodwill. It was after Christmas. Everything was half off, so I think I paid like $5 for this in the end. I've sold the other 2 inflatables, one for $150 and the other one for $400. And I sold this one for $300 plus shipping. So that was a good pickup. I made about $850 on those inflatables in the end. Paid like $20 for all of them. And this one took about 7 months to sell. Here's a Halo 3 Xbox 360 controller. Got this at a thrift store for $3. And I sold it for $60. It took about 3 months to sell. Here's a great flip. I sold this Pleasant Company doll chest. If you're not familiar, Pleasant Company were the original makers of American Girl dolls before Mattel bought them. I got this at a garage sale along with some dolls and clothing and a bed, and I paid $0.25 for all of it. That's right, just $0.25. This is the only thing I've got listed so far, and it's sold in about a month. I sold it for $190 plus shipping, so this very much puts me in the profit. After I sell the dolls and the bed and the clothing, it should be $800 plus profit. So as far as what I paid for something, this is one of the best profit ratios, I guess you could say. But yeah, $0.25 into $190. Picked up this Carhartt jacket at a garage sale for $2. It is not in great shape. It has some tears, some holes, stains. So I really didn't know what the price it at in this condition. The tag is worn down. I can't see the exact model number or the size. Since I paid $2, I decided to try an auction on it. Started it at $20 and ended up selling for $63 plus shipping. I'm happy with that, especially since I only paid $2. Here is an awesome flip. I got this pot filler faucet at a garage sale. Paid $5 for it, and I sold it for $230 plus shipping. These things sell new for about $700 or more. When I first picked it up, I didn't know if it was a new open box or what, but I saw a little bit of evidence that it's been used, so sold it as pre-owned. Still great profit, $5 into $230, and it took about a month to sell. Here's a Hubley cap gun from the 50s. Got this at a garage sale for $15. I was able to sell it for $100 plus shipping. Had it priced $140 for a while, but it wasn't getting any attention, so I just lowered the price to sell it. Sold in about 3.5 months. Here is a Snap-on knife set. This particular one was pretty rare. Got it at a garage sale for $20. It is new in box. The box is pretty beat up, but I was still able to sell it for $150 plus shipping, so great profit on that. And it sold in right around a month. Here's a vintage lollipop microphone I picked up for $20. Unfortunately, it looks like it probably has some damage. I don't know exactly. I took the mic part off. Looks like it's missing a prong. I checked some others on eBay and there were 3. It still might work, and you can definitely remove the other prongs and just kind of hardwire it into the mic stand here. But I ended up selling it for parts for $40 plus shipping. I ended up selling in about 2 days, and it's an international order, so got my money back and still made a little bit. Here's a pair of LeBron shoes. I'm pretty sure I got these at a garage sale for $5. It could have been a rummage sale. I pick up so many shoes, it is hard to remember sometimes. I paid around $5 for them, and I sold them for $60 plus shipping, and they took about 10 months to sell. Here's a pair of Harman Kardon speakers that go with a set. Picked these up at a garage sale for $1, and I sold them for $20 plus shipping, and they only took about a week to sell. Here is a cool vest, spelled K-U-H-L, but it's also C-O-O-L, in my opinion. Got this at Goodwill for $5. I sold it for $45 plus shipping, and it sold in less than a week, so great brand to flip if you ever find it, because this stuff is expensive to buy new. Here is something I typically would not sell on eBay. However, I only paid $0.25 for it. Just randomly picked it up at a garage sale where everything was $0.25. Didn't know how much it would be worth. It's in good condition. It is a newer Tonka truck. However, I was able to sell it on eBay for $25 plus shipping, and it sold in less than a month, so still made about $20 on it in the end. And of course, anything like this, I do calculated shipping on, where the buyer pays the exact amount based on weight and dimensions. But yeah, not bad. Here's a pretty cool flip. I got this space station play set from a rummage sale for only $1. It is complete. However, there was a piece or two broken. I don't remember exactly now. I think I was going to sell this for like $75, but I still was able to sell it for $50 plus shipping, so for only paying $1, not bad. Took about 4 months to sell. Here's a Blue Jackets manual from 1944. Picked this up at a garage sale for $1, and I sold it for $18, free shipping, and it took about 2 weeks to sell. Here's a Johnny Bench Cincinnati Reds bobblehead. Got this at a rummage sale for $2. Sold it for $40 plus shipping, and it sold in less than a week. Here's a pair of LL Bean shoes. Found these at Goodwill. They are new in the box. Got them on a half off day where I paid $7 for them. I sold them for $40 plus shipping. They took about 5 months to sell. Here's some random Minecraft toys. I got these at a garage sale for $4. Ended up selling them for $40 plus shipping, and they took about 3.5 months to sell. Got a bunch of puppets for $40, and here's 2 of them that were inside the lot. This is Train Depot puppets. Some of these go for pretty good money. Unfortunately, Grandma and Grandpa here have some wear on them, some staining and stuff, so just put them on there for $20 for the 2, and they sold in about 2.5 months for $20 plus shipping. Picked up this Canon ink at a Goodwill for $3 or $4. Sold it for $48, free shipping, and it took less than a week to sell. Here's a pair of Nike shoes. Got these at a garage sale for $5. Was able to sell them for $30 plus shipping, and they took about a month to sell. So I sold something. It is over here, kind of hidden back here. Looks like a creeper has been watching me. It is a vintage Alf bank. And get it out here without breaking it would be nice. Got this in an estate sale. I paid $10 for it, and I sold it for $80 plus shipping. Kind of sad to see it go. It's a rare piece, this exact one anyway. Kind of liked it sitting over there. I'm a sucker for the vintage stuff like this, so still happy it sold for $80 plus shipping, and it took about 4 months for it to sell. Here's a vintage Phoenix Suns hat. Got this at a garage sale along with some other hats. At this point, I probably got like $1 into it. Sold it for $60. This one did take about a year to sell, but I had it priced higher because it's more rare. Had a lot of people watching it and interested in it, getting offers pretty much every day. I did end up lowering the price to $60, and it sold. Here's a Wave exercise board, the DVD, and the mat. Got this at Goodwill. I think it was $5.99. Ended up selling it for $50 plus shipping, and it took about a month to sell is all. Picked up this case with some cassettes in it at a garage sale for $5. Decided just to put this on eBay for auction at $30 to start. The cassettes in here were not anything special, not really worth it to me to sell them individually. And a case like this is worth about $20, so started at $29.99 plus shipping for the auction. Got one bid, sold it for $30 plus shipping, so it's fine. I'm just trying to get this stuff out of here. Still made some great profit on it. Here's a Kohler shower head. Got a few of these at Home Depot, been selling them over the past year. Sold the last one for $60 plus shipping. Believe I paid around $20 for these. Got 3 of these Read With Me DVD Fisher-Price toys at Goodwill. They're brand new. Paid $6 a piece for them. This is the second one I've sold. Sold it for $35 plus shipping. It's been about 4 months they've been listed. $35 plus shipping. I got a bunch of these telescoping forks. They're to roast marshmallows and hot dogs, stuff like that at a campfire. Got them at Walmart for 10 cents a piece on clearance. They're not fast sellers by any means, but I got 20 cents into these, and I sold these 2 for $20. I sell some every few months. Here is a Sony receiver. Got this at a garage sale for $20. I might have actually paid $10. Can't remember exactly, but sold it for $150 plus shipping. Took about 9 or 10 months to sell. I did have it priced originally $200. Once I lowered the price, it only took less than a week for it to sell. Here's a Little People Deluxe Christmas Story Nativity playset. Got this at a rummage sale for $5, and I sold it for $35 plus shipping. Took about 2 months to sell. Here's some Value Tale books. Got these at a garage sale. I think I got about $3 into them. Sold them for $30 plus shipping. Sold these a lot over the years. Sometimes they sell for more if you can get different books and they're in better condition. These had some wear on them. Still happy with the sale. Made some decent profit, and they took about 2 months to sell. Here are some Nike Torch 4s. Got these at Goodwill, I think for $7. Sold them for $40 plus shipping, and they took about 2 months to sell. Here's a Drill Sergeant Soldier Clock. Got this at Goodwill. I only paid $2 for it. It's vintage. I sold it for $40 plus shipping, and it sold in less than 2 weeks. Here's a pair of Saucony shoes. This is a nice pair. I believe I got these at Goodwill for $5 is all. I was able to sell them for $60 plus shipping. They took about 2 months to sell. I see the buyer already left me positive feedback. Kind of rare for that to happen. Could indicate that it's a drop shipper. Either way, I sold them for $60 plus shipping. Made great profit. Picked this up for $3.99 at Goodwill. It is a VTech hotel phone. There wasn't a whole lot of information online about these, but I saw some listed for $40-some. It was listed for like 1.5 years. I decided just to price it down, get it out. Ended up selling it for $15 plus shipping. Made profit, but the test overall was a failure, I guess, in terms of selling it for $40. Here is an Angry Birds plush. This is a rare one. Sold it for $80. Paid 50 cents for it at a thrift store. That day at the thrift store, I got a lot of Angry Birds plush. Ended up making close to $300 on all of them. There were some good ones in there. This one sold to a zero feedback buyer, so who knows what's going to happen there. Usually it's okay, but it's always a little more risky when that happens. Yeah, 50 cents into $80. Here's a pair of Ortho Feet shoes. Got these at a rummage sale for a couple dollars, and I sold them for $20 plus shipping. They took close to 1 year to sell. Ortho Feet is not a great brand. Here's a pair of Ultra shoes. Got a couple pairs of these at a garage sale. This pair wasn't as good as the other pair, but I priced it $45, and they sold in about 2 hours of me listing them. So mine must have been looking for this style and size, because the others listed were about the same price. But I love fast shoe sales. Here's something I found in a Goodwill for $2, possibly $3. Don't remember exactly, but sold it for $29, free shipping, and it took about a month to sell. Here's a pair of LeBron shoes. I'm pretty sure I got these at a garage sale for $5. It could have been a rummage sale. I pick up so many shoes, it is hard to remember sometimes. I paid around $5 for them, and I sold them for $60 plus shipping, and they took about 10 months to sell. Here's a Nerf Vulcan ammo belt. Got this along with a couple others with a gun I bought. Since I have an extra one, I just threw it on eBay here with the darts for $20, and it sold in about 2 days. Here's a pair of purple Brooks that I got at a rummage sale, I believe, for a couple dollars. Good condition, but not perfect. I put them on there for $25 plus shipping. They're also missing the original insole. Actually, I think these are Merrell insoles, which of course I disclosed in the description, but they sold quickly. 2 or 3 days is all. So made some great profit, $25 plus shipping. Here's a Franklin electronic dictionary. Got this at Goodwill for $5. It is used, but when I went to list this, I noticed there was one new that was priced low. I think I paid like $20 or $25 for it. And then I ended up selling the new one for like $120, $130, something like that. So an eBay to eBay flip, and now I've sold the used one for $40. It kind of feels like I sold this already, and I had to cancel the order, something like that happened, but it sold in about 3.5 months. Here is a pedal lock, the club. I got this at Goodwill for $2.99. It's something you put on your steering wheel to help prevent car theft. It's new. I sold it for $25 plus shipping, and it took about 2.5 months to sell. Here's a lot of Hello Kitty surprise things. LOL surprise is what they are. Got these at Goodwill for like $5 in total. I guess it was $6 because I think I got 2 bags and they were $2.99 each. If these were completely new and sealed, I probably could have sold them for $30 or $40 a piece. However, since they were open, it looked like some of the little baggies inside might be missing. So I just sold them like this, as is, for $50 plus shipping, and they took about 3.5 months to sell. Here's a vintage Sandy Cast dog. Some of these can be worth quite a bit of money. I bought a couple at $5 a piece. When I got them home, got them in the light, I started noticing a little bit of damage. So I priced them to sell. I priced this one at $20 plus shipping, and it sold in about 3 months. Here's a cable jump rope. I got a few of these at Walmart quite a while ago, like 4 years ago. Paid $1 a piece for them, and I sold this one for $10. I'm making money on it, but for how long they're taking to sell, I sell like, it feels like one a year. You could probably consider it a bad buy, but since there's multiple quantities, it only took about 5 minutes to list this, so really the profit's not bad when you consider the time invested. Here's some accessories to a Fisher-Price Loving Family vintage dollhouse. I'm already well into the profit of the dollhouse I bought, was parting it out, and I sold these pieces for $20 plus shipping, and they sold in about 3 months. Here's a Pioneer remote for a receiver. Sold it for $14. I'm not sure where it came from. It's been listed for over a year. Probably just an extra remote I had laying around I decided to list, or maybe it came from a unit that wasn't working or something. But I love to sell remotes because they're easy money, and some of them sell for a lot. There it is, everybody. That's what I have to show you today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Some great sales coming in. The last few weeks have been really hot on eBay, which is a little bit rare in July and August. I need to get downstairs and list some more, so I have plenty of inventory going forward into fourth quarter. But on your way out, if you could hit that like button for me, I'd really appreciate it. Also, check and make sure if you're subscribed. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.